down there. Don't be shy. Come on. It's just you and me today. The others, I don't know where they are, but I told her I wouldn't be here till later, so it's just you and me. Now, if the others do turn up, I'm not sure if they've all met me before, but if they have, that's great. But if you haven't, I'm Paul, the London cab driver, and this is my Mounjaro journey. I've got 3 things to talk to you about. Number 1 is going to be about Target. Number 2, I'm going to whiz you over to Paul again in the cab, back into London. He's got something to show you. I had very good feedback last week from the stuff I showed you there in London. So much so that I think, you know what, you can have another little bit today. It's on very similar stuff to what it was last week, but just slightly different. Hopefully you'll like it. And number 3 is about something I just did about half an hour ago, and that's to do with ordering a new pen of Mounjaro. So without further ado, just you and me, we're going to go for a walk. It is only you and me today because no one else has turned up, but that's my fault because I'm early, so you know, happy days. So as you probably know, I've been on Mounjaro now for 17 weeks. This is actually week 17. We've not got to the end of it yet. The end of week 16, I'd lost 42 pounds. So 3 stone exactly, which is about 19 point something kilograms. I don't understand the kilograms, but I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, that's what I want to talk to you about, weight. Now, when I first began this journey, I had a weight in mind I'd like to get to. It was a pipe dream I've had for years. You know, I'd always wanted to get back to this weight. Didn't really remember what the weight was, but it was 15 stone 7. I started off Mounjaro, jab number 1. I was 17 stone 12. So 15 stone 7. I thought, well, it's good to have a dream off there in the distance that maybe one day I might get to. And fairly quickly, I say fairly quickly, within a couple of months, I managed to hit that target. And I came up with a new target. I thought, well, maybe 14 stone 7. That's the target I need to get to. And obviously I carried on my journey. And I'm now about maybe 4 or 5 pounds off of that weight, which was the weight that I was after, of 14 stone 7. But now I'm thinking, is that really what I want? Reason being, I didn't really know what 15 stone 7 would look like, or what 14 stone 7 would look like. They were just pipe dream numbers, you know. After spending so many years so heavy, I didn't know how I'd be when I got to that weight. And this has given me reason to think, yeah, I'm going to change this. This is not my target anymore. Now, you're probably thinking, you can't keep changing your target. Well, yes, you can. But I'm changing my target to something different. The target I'm changing to is no longer just about weight. If I get to 14 stone 7, which is my current target, and I'm a certain size and shape, then that's great. But I don't know if I will be. Basically, what I've decided is to go by size rather than by weight. That's now going to be my target. So rather than 14 stone 7, I'm looking to get to a size large in clothes, so I feel comfortable and a 36 waist. Now I think they're healthy sizes, but I don't know what the weight will be. So I can't say, right, my weight target is this, because I don't know. So I'm just going to keep going until I get to that stage. I don't think it'd be much below 14 stone 7, but I can't say for sure one way or the other. So I'm just going to keep going until I'm sort of comfortable in my own skin, really. I know that seems a bit odd. Well, it might not seem odd, I don't know, but it seemed a bit odd to me first of all, and I thought, why am I changing my target again? Just, I didn't think I was going to be happy at 14.7. Have any of you sort of changed your minds on things like this and decided that weight's not the answer? You don't actually want to get to a certain weight, you want to get to a certain size. Or am I the only one? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. And just tell me, am I a bit crackers thinking this is the actual way to go? Because there's no sort of definitive weight target. Not sure. Help me out here, eh? But now I'm going to whiz you over to Paul in the cab over there somewhere he is. No, hang on, London's that way. Over that way, back in London, and he'll show you what he's got to show you. Go and see him. I think it's a good one today. I quite liked it. You know, you told me about it earlier, and I think, yeah, it's very interesting. Some people might like it. But when you're done there, come back here, and I'll tell you the next thing I want to tell you about. Okay? Speak to you in a minute. Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks for that. Yep, see you again. Oh! I'll tell you what, you lot are uncanny. I can't believe this. Every time you come and meet me, I seem to be in somewhere significant. And today's no different. I'm in Marylebone at the minute, like centre of London. At work, as always at work. And I'm outside a building which lots of people miss. It's a very, very important building as far as music's concerned. Best thing, rather than me gabble on, I'll show you. Just hold on a second. Right, the place I am is in a place called Montague Square here. And let me turn the camera around, hang on a second. It's number 42 Montague Square. It's quite a big building. It's got 6 floors altogether, including the basement. Now, back in the 1960s, a certain Ringo Starr lived here for a few months, not for long, just a few months. But he wasn't the first celebrity to live here, or the last. When he moved out, a guy moved in here with his, I'm not sure if it was his wife at the time or his girlfriend or what. But if you look up here on the wall, you'll see a blue plaque. Can you see that? That's right, it was the one and only John Lennon and Yoko Ono. They lived here. And it was the time they lived here was when they were busy making their own music. I say music. It's a place where they actually made their album cover for John's album called Two Virgins. Now, normally I show you a picture of the album cover in the top corner here. But because of the way he did his album cover, I'm not sure if YouTube would allow it to happen, because they both had no clothes on. I might try and get a copy up there and blur out the bits that we shouldn't be seeing. Now, like I said to you, they wasn't the only people to live there who were famous. Before Ringo Starr, Jimi Hendrix lived here. I know, it's a house of multiple occupancy. Everybody seemed to live here and love it. Quite incredible. But that's not the most important reason about this house. Because after John Lennon was all finished with it, someone else famous moved in. A certain Paul McCartney. He lived up on one of the flats up there, but he took over the whole building. And in the basement, he made a recording studio. Now that recording studio went on to be Apple Records. It was the birthplace of Apple Records, and he recorded Eleanor Rigby here. That was one of the first songs, amongst lots of others. So it has great sort of significance in the music history. So what are the chances of you meeting up with me here as I get here? Unbelievable. You really are the luckiest people around. Right, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. I'm going to put you back to Paul, back at wherever he is. I don't know where he is at the minute, but I hope you enjoyed this little bit of London. It's something different, and catch up with you again soon. What did you think, eh? All those superstars living in the same place. Amazing. So much history amongst that one building. Phenomenal. That's the word. Phenomenal. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk to you about today, before I forget, about 2 hours ago now, I ordered a new pen, a 15 milligram pen from my supplier for two reasons. Reason number one is I had some credit on my account that I didn't want them to say, oh no, you can't use that now, and take it away. And reason number two, I wanted to see if the new design pens are there yet. There's been lots of talk about these new pens which are going to be without the fifth dose. So I thought, well, this has been going on a while now. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. Or by now, I was thinking. So I thought, well, I'll order a new pen, and then we can see what the score is. So that's another reason I ordered it. But I want to tell you about how quickly this has happened as well. So within an hour of me actually placing the order online, going through all the questionnaire, how much do you weigh, all blah, 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 all the rest of it, I had an email within 10 minutes, I'd say, saying that my order has been checked by the doctor and have been prescribed. It passed whatever checks they had to do, and they prescribed it for me, which is great. And then 3/4 of an hour later after that, another email saying it's been dispatched and to expect it tomorrow or Sunday. So that's a massive difference to what it was just before the price hike, when we was waiting weeks and weeks for the things to go through. Now it's a little over an hour. That tells me two things. Firstly, lots of people have shifted from Mounjaro, either stopped altogether or changed to another product. They may have gone over to Wegovy, which must be hurting these big pharmaceutical companies. I've read lots of places and seen on the news that there's 1.5 million people were taking these jabs. And if a half or 3/4 of those people have now stopped, that's a massive difference to the bottom line of these companies in the UK. So what I'm hoping that will do for everybody else, this might not affect me, but for everybody else in the coming months, years, is they'll reduce the prices because they're not selling enough stuff. So they'll have to cut the cost because they'll have too much stock, not be able to get rid of it. So I'm hoping in the long run it will benefit people. I say probably not me, because now with this new order of the pen I've just ordered now, the 15 milligram pen, I'll have 3 pens in the fridge ready to go from when I'm finished the pen I'm using now. Now, as I'm only taking 5 milligrams a week, I'm hoping that's going to be enough to see me through the end of my journey and well into maintenance when I want a much lower dose. Obviously these things might change. I may find that I'm become dependent on this drug and I'll have to take it forever. I hope that's not the case, but at the moment I've got like an end plan that when I hit my weight, I'm going to gradually reduce from 5 milligrams down to 4 a week, to 3, to 2, to 1. and eventually offered it. So we'll see what happens. So that's where I am. Yeah, so that's it for today. I'll let you know how it goes on Monday, or probably Tuesday morning by the time I've done it. I'll send you across a little update of what's happened at the weekend, how my weigh-in goes on Sunday morning. But otherwise, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you next week. Love you all. I'm Paul, the London cab driver, and this is my Monjaro journey. Thank you for watching. Bye now.